I actually was lucky enough to meet him one time at Buckingham Palace, and he definitely voiced his opinions. He was very open and frank.
At British restaurant Tea and Sympathy in the Village, they were toasting the memory of Prince Philip, who passed away at age 99 Friday morning. Among the Camden Hell's beer and fish and chips, they were remembering a man who was married to Queen Elizabeth II for 73 years, who may have been a womanizer and was sometimes politically incorrect, an adventurer whose dreams may never have been realized, according to the popular TV series The Crown, but he was, according to his fans, so devoted to duty and the monarchy.
I think he'll be sorely missed. I think he was a national treasure, and I absolutely loved watching him in The Crown.
I like the fact that he was man enough to, in a decade or in an era when it was not acceptable really, he was willing to sort of subjugate himself and become the second string to his wife because he was marrying the Queen.
And even though the Duke of Edinburgh was a descendant of Greek and Danish royal families, the editor of the female women's column in the Daily Mail wants us all to remember how hard his early life was.
He was born into incredibly difficult circumstances. He had to flee Corfu with his family as an exile when he was still a baby. He was taken out of Corfu in a cot, in a kind of cradle that was made out of an old fruit box. He then lost his sister and her 2 children in a tragic plane accident. He was not someone who came into the world and lived an easy life.
And royals expert Diane Clahane says theirs was definitely a love match that dates back to when they met. Elizabeth was 13, Philip 18. But don't expect much emotion at next weekend's funeral.
She's been sort of bracing herself for this kind of thing. But I think with her, it'll just be a quiet grief. I mean, unlike what we see in a lot of the other members of the royal family right now, she believes in keeping calm and carrying on.
And in the words of that royals expert, Diane Clahane, it will be a no-fuss funeral, no lying in state. The prince didn't want that. It will just be a small funeral at St. George's Chapel, only 30 people in attendance because of COVID. We are live in front of the British consulate. McGee Hickey, Pix 11 News. Back to you, Tamsin and Corey.